Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of this weekly alts analysis series where we take you through some of the most popular altcoins in the market and show you how to identify key levels of support and resistance so that you can use them to either dollar cost average in or potentially play some long-term swing trades. This week we're going to take you through BNB, both in the USDT and BTC pairing as per usual. But first we'll take a quick look at BTC on the weekly time frame here, and it's pretty much doing the exact same as last week, still holding this 19k weekly level which we've been holding for 4 weeks now. Having a little bit of a bounce this week. How big the bounce will be, we'll have to wait and see. Are we going to get something similar to what we had back in February and March, where we held the 37.5k level for a while and then rallied up to 48k? Or are we going to have something similar to what we had back in May, where we held the 30k monthly level for 4 or 5 weeks, had a little rally up to 32.5k, and then ultimately dropped a lot further down? We'll have to wait and see. Probably very heavily dependent on what the stock market decides to do, so keep an eye on that. But let's take a look at BNB. So USDT pairing first. I'm going to start off on the highest time frame possible, which is the monthly time frame. And as usual, we're looking for areas where price has stopped and turned around. So straight away you can see we're right on a key monthly level of support here. We are literally on a cliff edge. If we get rid of the magnet tool and get our box, so let's just mark this out from the bottom of these wicks on the first on May and June, so around about $214, and drag that across to current day, or is it May 23 we like to extend it out to. Oops. Click that off, give it a monthly tag, and then neaten it up a little bit. So I'm going to go from the very bottom of May's wick, and then I'm going to line it up with the bottom of June's wick just there. Happy days. And you can see holding that just about. If we lose that, then I think it's a very fast drop down to double figures. So let's take a little zoom in, and straight away you can see this level here from June 2019, so around about $40 odd, which is obviously a huge drop from here. So let's take it from the top of the wick to where the candle body closes, out to May 23, just there. Happy days. And you can see previous resistance as well in September, October and November 2020 before it broke through, and then we went on that huge run. And then I think the only level after that, we've got one here for sure, at the top of July 18's monthly candle, so around $14. Let's drag that out to cover all these candle bodies here. So going to the bottom of March and April 2020's candle, and also the bottom of December 2019's candle as well. That looks pretty neat, captures the majority of that. And then basically it's all-time lows after that. So we'll make a little box down the bottom, but I highly doubt we get down there. But who knows, right? You never know with crypto. So that'll be around from basically $0 to about $4 or $5, which, as I say, I don't think it's likely we get down there, but we'll just have to wait and see. Give those monthly tags, and then we can move on to the next time frame, which is obviously the weekly. And as we know, when we take a look at the weekly, most of the work is done for us from the monthly time frame. But if we take a look at the weekly time frame, you can see all these wicks previously down to around $209, $210, which is such a key level. As you can see, we've had a few wicks over the past 3 weeks as well, just about clinging on that support. If we do get a weekly close below $209, or say call it $200, quite a psychological level, then I think we see a huge drop down to double figures. I don't think we need to add any weekly levels to this, so let's go down to the bottom and see if there's anything to add here. I don't think there is, as I say, most of the work is done for us. I think maybe there's a level, I think there's a level just here. Look, so top of these wicks from Jan 18, going through to the top of that wick as well at Feb 2020, and then all this price action here in sort of October, November, December 2020 as well. So let's grab that, and that is around $25. So let's go from, as I say, top of that wick, dragging it across, capturing all those wicks and candle body closes. I think that's pretty much spot on. Let's make it a little bit bigger, make it a weekly, and happy day. So as I say, top of that wick from Jan 2018 all the way across, capturing all those candle wicks and candle bodies. And yeah, I think that's pretty much perfect. So that range is around about $27 to $25. And I think we've got one more just down here. Again, very unlikely we get down here. This is literally single figures, but you can see all these candle bodies and wicks from Feb 18 and September 18, which is around about $8. So let's just mark out a quick level there. So the bottom of that candle all the way across, just there, happy days, give that a tag. And yeah, that captures all those candle bodies, candle wicks. You can see pretty clear level of support and resistance in the past. So happy days, and I think that completes our BNB USDT chart. Just having a look, I think we could mark out a little resistance level. So from this little rally, if this rally goes a little bit higher, then I think we've got a bit of a resistance level here where these candle body closes are at around $257. So let's go ahead and mark that out. Just dragging it across. Won't make it very big. Doesn't need to be. But as you can see, that captures. So starting from that candle, bottom of that candle body from 15th of May week 2021, dragging it across to basically the top of the candle body close of the 13th of June this year. That candle body, and we'll just drag that out. Happy days. Give it a tag. Zoom out, have a look. Yeah, happy days. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I think that could be the next area of resistance. As I say, clear level of support, yet to be tested as resistance unless you count that 13th of June where it was lost. But yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good target if we do see a further rally. Moving on then to BNB BTC. Now normally the USDT and BTC charts look quite similar. However, this is a completely different chart, as you can see. BNB BTC actually not far off all-time highs here, which is pretty crazy. It's shown incredible strength, BNB against BTC. Not for the first time. We saw it have a really good rally in the bear market towards the end of 2018 as well. As you can see, one of the very, very few altcoins that outperformed Bitcoin in that period. So as I say, not for the first time. So straight away you can see, as I've just mentioned, we're at a pretty key resistance here. So we're going to go from all-time highs at 0.012 down to, I'm going to say, the top of that wick from Jan 2022. Drag that out. Just there, happy days, give it a monthly tag. So we're testing that currently. In terms of support, so bottom of these candles here from Feb and March 2022 at around 0.009. Let's mark that out. And I'm going to put that down to the top of this candle body here from October 21. So the range being about 0.009 to about 0.0088 is where we're going to have that. Just neaten it up a little bit. Yeah, happy days. And then next, I'm going to go for these little candle wicks here from July and August 21. Drag that across. Not really sure how big to make this. I'll probably neaten it up down on the weekly time frame, because I'm sure there's some weekly candle bodies we can base that off. But for now, let's tag that and tag that. I'm not going to go any lower. In fact, I'll just grab this one here. So pretty obvious one. So the top of April 2019. So from the candle wick down to the candle body. Let's just mark that out. A pretty obvious one. And I don't think we're going to be seeing that anytime soon. But again, who knows? Crypto is pretty wild. So as you can see, it captures the March 2019 highs, the wicks from May and June 2019, and also the candle body and the candle wicks from February and March 21, and that is the range from 0.004 to about 0.0048 to about 0.0042. Happy days. Let's break it down to the weekly then, see what we've got. So first of all, I'm going to adjust that monthly range we had earlier, and I'm just going to bring it up to the weekly candle closes here at about 0.0073, neaten that up a little bit. Perfect. So in terms of weekly levels, we've probably got one here I'm looking at. So looking at these candle wicks from August 2021, and that actually coincides quite nicely to these candle body closes and wicks from May and, well, pretty much all of May 2022. So let's go ahead and drag that across. So starting from those candle wicks all the way across, just there, I think, weekly. So around 0.0105 to 0.0102, and as I say, captures those wicks. The candle closes here, another wick, some wicks in here, another wick there, and all this price action from April and May 2022 as well. So I think that's pretty well placed. And in terms of, I don't think there is another one, you know, apart from down here. There's a somewhat of a level, possibly around 0.0, pretty much 0.006. I'll put a small level in there. Probably going from, I don't really know actually. Let's just drag it across and have a look. So probably going from the top of that candle wick that we saw, what month is that? So 15th of Feb week 2021, and I'll just go to where those candles open and close on March and April 2021 as well. So a little bit of a range there. So that is between 0.0065 and 0.006. Mark that up with a weekly tag. And yeah, I don't see any need to go below the monthly range that we marked out down at 0.004. I don't think we're going to go below there for a long time. But they're the levels I'm looking at. So should we see a rejection from this all-time high monthly zone around 0.0012 to 0.011, possibly we come back down and retest this weekly range that we've marked out at 0.01. Yeah, and then see what happens. Or you never know, we could blast through this all-time highs and make new ones. So be a very interesting one to keep an eye on, BNB, even in the USDT, because strange, the USDT looks super weak, but the BTC pair looks super strong. So be very interesting to see how BNB reacts. So yeah, look forward to coming back and catching up on this one in a few weeks' time. Let's just neaten those up there. And that one, come on. Happy days. So there you go, guys. That's BNB. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any requests for TA, any pairs that you want to see featured on the channel, then drop a comment underneath the video. I read the comments from last week. Someone asking for the prices to be mentioned. I do have a bad habit of saying this level here, this level there, and not mention any prices. So hopefully I improved on that this week, and I will obviously do my best to do it in future. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, guys. Next week we'll be featuring another high cap. We'll probably do about 5 in this set, and then we'll do what we did with set 1 and go back through these pairs, hopefully at the end of this bear market rally that we're having, and then see how the levels have been respected. So have a good week, guys, and we will catch you next week.